गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यमुना तीरा वनचारी
जमुना तीरा वनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन रंजन
यमुना तीरा वनचारी
यमुना तीरा वनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय
राधा माधव
कुंज
बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव
गुरुदेव
सर्वविघ्न सिंहदेव भगवान की जय। हरे कृष्णा everyone and welcome to the class.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to everyone. Yes, we are very happy to have. Today is the 18th chapter. So we are finishing today's the reading that we are learning chapter wise.
You're able to see my screen?
Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You can just increase the screen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
Yep. Much better.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namavom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यस्य च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Yes, today we are touching the last and final chapter, which is the summary also. Krishna again consolidates all the concepts here, but again, the real inner reason why he is speaking Bhagavad Gita, that is revealed by Krishna in this chapter. And this is very dear to all the devotees, especially who want to surrender to Krishna and want to go back to Krishna. This chapter remains the quintessence. And you'll see how Prabhupada explains this chapter has to be heard from the lips of devotees only and not anybody else. Otherwise, you will not get the essence, what actually Krishna wants to convey in his Bhagavad Gita. So let's dive deeper. It's a very long chapter. It's one of the longest chapters. But I don't know if I can touch all the slokas, but I made a little summary and let's go with that. Definitely we'll take questions if you have. So here what happens, how it begins is this chapter, Arjuna still has a question. He asks, what is renunciation? Like, this is actually repetition of this question coming from third and fifth chapters, because in third chapter Krishna touched the topic of karma yoga, where he says one should give up your results of the fruits of your action, the fruits of your karma phala tyagam. You should give up your karma phala. So, and then later he touches the topic of sannyas. So what is there a fine difference between sannyasa and renunciation? That's the kind of tyagam, whatever type of tyaga you do, and what is renunciation. Is there any fine differences between these two things? So he wants to ask. And then he also asks many questions along with that. He wants to know what is knowledge, what is happiness, what is renunciation, and then how about charity? All these things also he was asking. And from 13th chapter onwards, we have been seeing how everything Krishna is explaining is divided into 3 modes: Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamagun. Everything, whatever subject Krishna is talking about, is divided into these 3 things. Right? So you will see the same way here Krishna continues to give. Just give me 1 second.
Maybe you can divide the screen into 2 and have one portion with Bhagavad Gita. Is that a possibility? I know you wanted to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to struggle to juggle here. Maybe I can.
I can see that. So that's why I'm saying maybe you can just divide the screen and have one side the shlokas.
1 second. That's not a bad idea.
And think not over here, but in Zoom you have to do.
No, whatever I can do here, Zoom will show this, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, can you see 2 screens?
Yeah, both we can see. Both are visible.
But this is not a slideshow, I think.
You can go to the next. I think you can just go one back. Yeah. No, just left arrow.
No,
is
I
not
want
there.
to make this full screen from current slide. If I do start from.
But you want to go to 7 to 9, no? Yeah, that one. It's okay. I think that should be fine.
You can still see it?
Yeah, we can see it. It's okay. I don't think you can do because it's already. Try to click that from the beginning. See what happens on the left side. Yeah, from the beginning, what happens? We'll see. Oh no, it went away. Full. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
I think we just have to go with this only, like this.
Oh, what happened here?
No, this is not.
Bhagavad Gita books. Why is it going to the audio?
Why don't you go to Bhagavad Gita as it is?
Here.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay. So here you can see what I was trying to say here. Arjuna asked the question, I want to understand about purpose of renunciation. I want to understand. That is Tyaga. And of the renounced order of life, Sannyasa. So there is a difference between Tyaga and Sannyasa. So what is the difference? I want to understand that. So immediately Krishna is replying, there is a difference. To give up the results of all activities is called Tyaga. Means karma phala tyagam. That's what he's referring to as Tyagam. And the state called of renounced order of life means the 4 states of life. Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. That is different from Tyaga. So he's immediately clarifying that. But even though I told about Tyaga, what something you don't give up? You know what is something that you don't give up? There are 3 things. You don't give up sacrifice, charity, and penance. These 3 things you don't give up. Even if you are a sannyasi, you have to do all these 3 things. So somebody might ask, then if I am a sannyasi, how can I do charity? So what you gained is your spiritual knowledge, and that's what you have to do charity. And sacrifice is yajna. Actually, the entire body, our human body, is actually meant for sacrifice. Our body is meant only for the benefit of others, not for us. That's how the body is designed. And penance. Penance means it is just the opposite concept of trying to enjoy our senses. Spiritual life, human life actually is only meant for tapasya, penance. So we have to be learning this concept. Just like children, you cannot tell child you have to control. You show him ice cream and you tell him you control your tongue. It doesn't work because he's a child. He does not understand that. But for human, as a human being, if you do not understand to control your senses for a higher purpose, then we are being like a child. So the entire present day civilization is not geared towards penance, to do charity. Okay, so some good people, they are doing some charity here and there, but that is also not really enough. You'll hear these concepts more as Krishna is going to describe in the between the three modes of material nature, how everything is divided. So the renunciation itself, you'll see here, I've already did the summary. Renunciation itself is in the three modes of material nature. Between when you are in the mode of goodness, what do you do? Performing prescribed duty only because it is ought to be done. You renounce all material association, renounce all attachment for the fruit. That means you are not actually doing that work for gaining popularity. So those who are in the mode of Rajoguna, in the passion, they do everything only to get benefit. They have to be glorified. Even if they give one garland to Balaji, they want the glorification. It's not for the pleasure of the Lord. It is how they are doing such great charity. Ishvara Bhav. They are driven by Ishvara Bhav. I am the Lord. I am giving. I am the donor. I am maintaining so many people. This is the idea with which they do charity or renunciation or anything. They really don't care for anything other than themselves. Their name should come. They ask. In fact, when we used to go for collecting donations for the temple, I remember one guy, he wanted to give 5 crores. He said, I'm ready to sign a check right now, 5 crores. But I have one condition. And what is the condition? In your temple, my father's bust size, life size photo, like a statue, you have to put in the entrance. Then I'll sign a 5 crore check. Guess what we did? We said, keep your 5 crores with you. And we walked away.
Declined.
He declined it.
Yeah.
I still remember. Prakash Roadways, Bhushan Gupta, that guy's name is. So that guy, he was very, very interested to give 5 crores rupees. I'm talking 91, 92. It's big money, but we did not. We did not take it. Because it is only meant for the pleasure of Krishna. We wanted to do. If you understand that, you please give. Otherwise, we don't want. So, Rajoguna is like that. And then in Tamoguna, there is no sense of duty. They are always in sense of illusion. So, the next concept here Krishna talks about is knowledge. Yesterday, there was one young boy from our Gita class. You were not there. Your husband was there. And Aryan, he asked a very nice question. He said, what is the purpose of knowledge? What is the purpose of knowledge? Everybody is learning so many things, right? So he asked that question. So intelligent boy he is to ask that. And of course, there's nothing which Krishna did not answer in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna did answer right here. So I told him, knowledge means just like if somebody gives you milk, but there is some water also. Can you take only milk and leave the water? Can you do that? Can anybody do that? There is a swan, Hamsa. Hamsa can drink only the milk and leave the water. So a devotee if he is trained in Krishna consciousness, he can also do that. He takes only the spirit and leave the matter. He knows the difference between both. That is why it's called a Paramahamsa. So there is nothing which is separated. So they know how to take the spirit. So here you see what Krishna is giving the example. Knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities, though they are divided into innumerable forms. So a devotee, he will be able to see only the spiritual nature in everything that he sees around. It's the same concept is actually spoken in the 5th chapter also, but here Krishna is consolidating these concepts. And knowledge by which one sees that in every different body, there is a different type of living entity, he is in the mode of passion. So he is discriminating. He is all the time discriminating. I am better, he is lower. So like that, that is driven by mode of passion. And somebody is in the mode of ignorance, knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as all in all, without knowledge of the truth, which is very meager. So he thinks whatever he knows is the best and the highest, and nothing else is the truth. That is driven by ignorance. So here about action. So even in action, so regulated by Shastra, all the action of a devotee is done as per the Shastra.
Well,
So
since you're reading only from this, why don't you make the screen big only?
No, sometimes I want to go back there.
Okay.
Okay. So perform without attachment. So his actions are without attachment in the mode of goodness. Without love or hatred. He's not, oh, only it is satisfying to me or I don't like it. There is no discrimination like that. The scripture is saying you should do this, then he is ready to do that. Without desire for fruitive results. So whatever action I do, if there is no lava, I will not do. That's not how a person in mode of goodness thinks. But a person in the mode of passion is always driven by profit. What I will get. If I don't get, I will not do. So he doesn't really care for what scripture says. And a person who is in tamoguna, he is illusion. Always, he disregards scriptures. He does not even care for them. And without concern for what the future is going to happen. This action, or every action, there is a consequence. So he doesn't care. So this is how the modern civilization is today. Nobody cares for the end result. Because we don't know anyway what is the next life. Let me do whatever I want to do. This is complete tamoguna. Because actually, they're going to hell. So there is now, who is the person, the performer of the action? Before was action. So the same question was asked by Arjuna before also. What is jnanam? What is gnayam? What is knowledge? What is to be known by the knowledge? All these questions he has asked before. So Krishna is again replying to all those questions that he had asked. So here, performer of action. He performs his duty without association with the modes of material nature, without false ego, with great determination and enthusiasm, without wavering in success or failure. That is in Sattva-guna. Attachment to work and fruits of work, desiring to enjoy those fruits, greedy, he is envious, impure, and moved by joy and sorrow. And in Tamoguna, they work against the injunctions of scripture. They are materialistic, of course, obstinate, cheating, they very easily, they cheat just like without any hesitation, they cheat. Tamoguna, they're driven by tamoguna. Expert in insulting others, lazy, always morose, and procrastinating. आज नहीं, बाद में देख लेते हैं. This is laziness. This is tamoguna drives all these kind of qualities. Actually, by the way we keep our surroundings, tamoguna cannot enter into us. Suppose if you keep your house very dirty, very unclean, doesn't matter whether it is washed, unwashed, like that if you keep. So by the surroundings, you are actually not in tamoguna yet, but you enter into a place where everything is like that, then you enter into tamoguna very easily. But if you enter into a place where everything is neat and clean and like that, spotless, then it is very hard to go into tamoguna because everything is neat and clean. So that is also very important. How you behave, how you keep your surroundings. Cleanliness next to godliness, right? Actually, there are many more deeper topics, but I'm not touching all of it. Now, understanding by which one knows what ought to be done and what ought not to be done. Whether we should eat meat. Okay, doctor said you can eat egg is not a problem. But no, but scripture says we don't. These are the things, even foodstuffs, they take you into mode of passion or ignorance. So the devotee does not want to slide into the lower gunas. So even if it is difficult, if you are traveling, you still make an effort. Try to eat only sattvic ahar. Of course, you'll see, even if you're eating just sattvic, that is not enough to uplift your consciousness, but that's the basic requirement. And those who are in the mode of passion, they cannot distinguish between religion and irreligion. They cannot tell. Why? Because they are so focused on their gain. If I'm going to benefit, thoda, I will break the religion also, no problem. Why? Because they are so obsessed with me and my gain. So that is mode of passion. And definitely in Tamoguna, it's the opposite. Whatever is irreligion, he will take it as religion. That's ulta. And determination. And determination again, in Sattva Guna, it is unshaken. The one who is in Sattva Guna, he makes up his mind and he decides, yes, I have to practice Krishna consciousness. I have to go back to Godhead. In that state of mind, you cannot shake his determination. His determination is fixed. But whereas somebody is in the mode of passion, he cannot make such kind of determination for spiritual goals. He can be very determined only for achieving material goals because that goal is very clear to him. If I achieve this, it will satisfy my desires. So that is why even in the mode of passion, he cannot make a firm determination to practice spiritual life. What to speak of? Tamoguna. Tamoguna, they have one cannot go beyond dreaming. From beginning till end, they are in a dream state. Of course, moment anybody sleeps, they are dreaming. But here, Krishna says, he's completely in illusion because he sleeps more than needed. And he takes that as happiness. Actually, it is not happiness. Actually, you'll see here Krishna defines what is happiness. In happiness, in the mode of Sattva Guna, it begins, it begins like bitter. See, tad yat tad agre. Agre means beginning. Agre visham. It's like visham in the beginning. Pariname amrutopamam. In the end, it becomes nectar. And for when you are in the mode of passion, in the beginning, it's like agre, it is like amrut. But by the end, it becomes visham. And in the mode of tamoguna, from the beginning till end, it is visham only, but that guy is thinking it is amrutam. Just like somebody is taking drugs, somebody doing all sorts of nonsense. From the beginning till the end, it is visham. But the guy in tamoguna is thinking it is happiness. In rajoguna, in the beginning, yeah, very nice. I met a very nice young girl, beautiful, want to touch, have, sexual intercourse, everything sounds very, very nice. But immediately, we all know how it turns bitter. But spiritual life in the beginning is very bitter. Chant Hare Krishna, very difficult. Baapre, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, ek mala karne ke liye. It's not at all enjoyable. But you keep doing, what nectar you get afterwards. So that is Sattva-guna. Now, Krishna tells, no matter what you do, you cannot escape your quality. Your guna, your quality of work, you cannot actually escape. So, either you are situated in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance, right? So, in the mode of goodness, if you are really situated in the mode of goodness, then what happens to you? 42 sloka. You will exhibit all these qualities. Samo, damas, tapas, saucham, shantirarjavam, evacha, jnanam, vijnanam, astikyam, brahma, karma, swabhavajam. All these qualities of sattva-guna will manifest in you. Samo, dhamma, tapas, saucham. You'll become very peaceful. You'll be self-controlled. Austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty. These are all your wealth. The wealth of the Brahmana. This is the wealth of the Brahmana. Not just bank balance. Bank balance, if it comes, doesn't come, doesn't matter. That's not the wealth. The wealth of the Brahmana is this. Samo, dhamas, tapas, saucham. And tapas, austerity and penance, that's his real recurring, he's putting every day so much austerity and tapasya he's doing, and he's building his wealth. Every day to sit and chant Hare Krishna, you have no idea how much wealth you are generating, spiritual wealth. This is the wealth of the Brahmana. And this automatically builds up and builds up and builds up. And that's what gives you the ultimate taste to make your determination and very, very strong to go back to Krishna and to understand more and more. And if you are in Rajoguna, those qualities also are described by Krishna. How you are driven when you are in Rajoguna. Sauryam, Tejo Dhrutir, Dakshyam, Yuddhe Chapi, Apalyanam, Dhanam, Ishvara Bhavascha. See, Ishvara Bhava. Kshatram Karma Swabhavajam. Kshatriya Karma Swabhavajam. So Kshatriya is ruled by heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the qualities of the work of a Kshatriya. And let's see for a Vaishya and a Sudra. Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam, Vaishya Karma, Swabhavajam. What are the three things? Farming, he has to do farming. If you are a real businessman, because that is the real way of making living, creating economy in this world. The largest economy one should create is through farming and Goraksha. Now, it used to be like that. Everybody used to maintain cows. But now, instead of maintaining cows, because of Kali Yuga's influence, everybody is maintaining dogs and cats. If you maintain a cow, Prabhupada said, if you have 1 acre land, if you have a cow and a bull, you don't need any economy. Even if the entire world is gone for a world war, you can live without any currency, because the land will give you, the cow will give you milk, the bull will do the plowing. There is nothing you need. Just with this much, you can actually live. But with 2 dogs or a cat, you cannot actually do that. So this is how the economy was actually designed. Vanijya. Vanijya means trade and also finance. So this is what Vaishya should do. And Paricharyatmakam. Paricharyatmakam means to take service, to render service to somebody else. Paricharyatmakam karma sudrasyapi swabhavajam. So if somebody is a Brahmana, Kshatriya or a Vaishya, he actually never accepts employment from anybody else. So the proof that we are all in Kali Yuga is that all of us are ready to accept a job. Kalau Sudra Sambhavaha. We are all born in Kali Yuga. We all are ready to accept. We have no problem. We have no qualms in accepting employment with anybody. No matter even if he's from a Brahmana family or Kshatriya family or Vaishya family. We all are doing that. So because of the nature of Kali Yuga. But smart people now, a lot of startups are coming. They want to be not dependent on a job. So because they are Vaishyas, they are doing startups nowadays. But the point is, even if you do any of this work itself in this world is covered with fault. Just like if there is fire, what is always with fire? A small bad quality, there is smoke. There is some amount of smoke. Even the cleanest fire has some smoke. So, but generally smoke is considered like the fault of the fire. Like that, every work that you perform in this world, there is an error. There is some mistake. Like for example, if you are a Brahmana, it might be possible that sometimes you might have to do some sacrifice, animal sacrifice, or some sacrifice inside your profession. So that's a fault in a Brahmana's life. And if you are a Kshatriya, you have to give punishment to somebody and you might have to kill someone. Punishment. So that is kind of a fault. And if you are a Vaishya, it is possible in your business, in your profession, you have to tell a lie. You cannot say, I just bought this for $1, I am selling this for $1. Will you tell that to your customer? That's how you tell to the customer, but that's a lie. If you're buying for $1, why are you selling for $1? Right? So that's a lie, but that's allowed. But there is a fault. Same thing with a Sudra. Sometimes he has to work for a bad guy. He knows he's a bad guy, but he has to do some service. So that's a fault. So whatever work you do in this world, there is a fault. So that's what Krishna is saying. Work is always tainted by fault. So the chapter started with the question, right? So what is the result of all this renunciation? What is the result of the renunciation? Krishna is talking about the results now. Sorry about this juggling a little bit. You're able to see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So being purified by his intelligence and controlling the mind with determination, giving up the objects of sense gratification, being freed from attachment and hatred, one who lives in a secluded place, who eats little and who controls the body and the tongue and is always in trance and is detached, who is without false ego, false strength, false pride, lust, anger, and who does not accept material things, such a person is certainly elevated to the position of self-realization. So, the result of renunciation should bring you to the platform of Brahma Bhuta, means beyond the three modes of material nature. Actually, if you recollect carefully, from all the from 13th chapter onwards, whenever Krishna is talking about the three modes of material nature, immediately he brings out the point, all of us are within the three modes of material nature, but I expect you to come beyond the three modes of material nature. That is what Krishna is trying to tell us. He's telling us where you are right now and how you are struggling. What is troubling you? How Rajoguna is troubling you, how Tamoguna is troubling you, how Sattvaguna is troubling you. But I want you to come beyond the three modes of material nature. And what are the tools that Krishna is giving here? The biggest tool, renunciation. He's talking about renunciation, sacrifice, charity, penance. These are the things that he's providing to us. He's telling, focus on these things. These things animals cannot do. Animals don't know to do these things. But if you learn to do this by approaching a bona fide spiritual master, you can come beyond the three modes of material nature. So what happens to you when you come beyond the three modes of material nature? You will be established in Brahma Bhuta stage. Most of the people who are not devotees of Krishna, they're satisfied with this Brahma Bhuta stage. But Krishna explains there is much more realization beyond Brahma Bhuta. There is Paramatma realization, there is Bhagavan realization. But most people get stuck right there, Brahma Bhuta stage. So one who is thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the supreme Brahman. Then what happens to him? He never laments, nor desires to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service to me. That means we all want happiness. We all have different types of happiness, which Krishna explained just now. Right? In Sattvaguna, Tamoguna, Rajoguna, we are all having experience of happiness. But that is not what Krishna is telling you can get. What you can get happiness is beyond what you are presently experiencing. That is called Brahma Bhuta stage.
Next slide. Yeah.
Yeah. See this. Brahma Bhuta prasannatma nasochati na kankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. Now, the previous sloka also, he is in a Brahma Bhuta stage only. But Krishna graduated the topic from there to Bhakti. Now you'll see how he introduces Bhakti again. So this is the previous sloka. Here already you got Brahma Bhuta. See, Brahma Bhujaya Kalpate. He's already got it with all the symptoms. And all the symptoms he has already mentioned here. How did you do that? These are all the results of your renunciation. By renunciation, charity, penance, all that you have got all these things. How did you, by practicing all this? But Krishna is saying, no. Brahma Bhuta stage is not complete. So here in the Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna is actually trying to do is he's introducing the concepts. These are all very big concepts. So all the concepts Krishna is introducing, and he's concluding here also, and then he's taking to the next stage. The Brahma Bhuta stage should take you to bhakti, mad bhakti. You have to become my devotee. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, please come. We have Richa and Krish and Aryan too. Hare Krishna. Hey, actually, we just talked about you. You did? Oh, good, good, good. So Krishna actually answered your question. Yeah. 18th. Yeah, 18th chapter. I can show you the slide just for you. Knowledge. This is what you asked. It's too small for you? Okay, 18th chapter, 20 and 22. That's exactly, very precise. Your question and the answer. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. So now, Brahma Bhuta stage. So Brahma Bhuta stage means you are going beyond the three modes of material nature. But what is the use of that? The use is you should get bhakti to Krishna. If you don't, then that happiness is also not any great. So devotees are not so interested in getting anything which is not useful. So now he introduced bhakti, but now Krishna is talking about something more, very confidential. The 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna did touch what is a confidential topic. See, generally we spoke about this confidential items. Who to share with? Who do you share confidential topics with? People you trust, people you love. Otherwise, you will not tell confidential things, right? Now, you want to know what is the confident. And in fact, here, Krishna is telling two things. You see the sloka? I've highlighted the second line and the fourth line. In Sanskrit, confidential is guhyam. More confidential is guhyataram. Most confidential is called guhyatamam. So here Krishna is talking about guhyat guhyataram. More confidential than the most confidential. That topic I'm going to tell you. But see the fourth line. Yata ichasi tata kuru. Even though I'm telling you, do whatever you want. Use your brain. Do whatever you want. Krishna is not forcing anybody anything. He wants to give information. Just like now I'm going to open my bank balance. I will just show you my account. How much balance is there? You want to stay with me in my house or you want to go and stay outside? That's left to you. That's how the dad is telling. So here Krishna is a dad and he's going to open the khajana and he's going to tell what is inside and then make your decision. That's how Krishna is going to conclude this chapter. You came at the conclusion, but it's fine. This is the most important part. So what is that conclusion? What is the most important that Krishna wants to say? Right here, 63. In fact, he did say this in 9th chapter already, but he's repeating it. Okay, let's see what he's saying. Thus, I have explained to you the most confidential of all knowledge. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you want to do, that what you wish to do. Okay? And what is that? So here he's saying, I'm going to speak about it. Why? Because it is for your benefit. And the next sloka, he's telling what is the most confidential thing that Krishna wants to say. He wants to share this to us. Manmana bhavamat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi satyam te pratijane priyo. What is the meaning of that? Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus, you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Just like we said, who do you share your confidential truth with? Very dear people. So why is he telling? Krishna is explaining why I'm telling this. Because you are very dear to me. That's why I'm telling you. This world where you are, this world where it is by design, it is filled with suffering. Dukkhalayam asashvatam. Anything in this world is ashashvatam. There's nothing is permanent. By design. By design, Krishna made it like that. But if you come to me in my house, it's not like that. There is no Shashanko, no Surya. It is not lit by sun and moon. It is never starting, never ending. But in this material world, there is a beginning, there is a creation, there is a dissolution, pralaya is there, all that is there. But in my world, no, nothing is like that. Krishna is explaining. So you come to me, come to my house, become my devotee, become my friend, right? So that's what he's saying. And then he continues the topic. By now, I have told you several things, right? So many, dharma, this, religion, this, that, so many things I have explained to you. But now Krishna is telling one simple thing. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksheshyami ma suchaha. Generally, everybody, all the parents, what are we teaching to our children? Sometimes we tell, don't do bad things. They are not good for us. Like that we are saying, right? Give up bad things and all that. You know what Krishna is telling here? Give up good things. Dharma means a good thing. That's the best thing. We all think dharma we all should practice. But here Krishna is saying, no. No need. This dharma, that dharma, no need. Sarva dharman parityajya. Arre, this is very revolutionary. Where did you hear? What kind of teaching is this? Krishna is spoiling all of us. What is he saying? Sarva dharman parityajya. What is Krishna telling? Dharmaraj, Yudhishthir, he had a principle. He will never tell a lie. That's his principle. That's a dharma, one dharma. Karna had a principle. Whoever he meets, he will give charity. That's his dharma. He made a dharma like that. Bhishma, he made one dharma. Whoever is on the throne of the, Hastinapur, he will protect it. That's the dharma. He made a dharma like that. Like that, everybody is practicing dharma in different ways. But Krishna is saying, forget all the dharma. That whatever you know, unlearn. You have learned so many things, unlearn. Because I'm going to teach you the highest of all the dharma. And what is that? Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Me alone you take shelter. That is the highest principle of all the dharma. So no matter whatever dharma you have learned, whatever knowledge you have learned, whatever somehow or other you have learned in your entire life, if it does not bring you to this point of surrender to Krishna, then it is incomplete. Then all your effort is incomplete. That is Krishna's opinion. And this, what is Krishna saying? Guhyatara. This is the most confidential aspect of knowledge that I'm actually sharing it to you. of all the knowledge that is available, this is the most confidential knowledge. This only a devotee of Krishna can give you the insight into. That is how Prabhupada was able to stress this point and convince everybody in the world, whole world. It doesn't matter whether he is a Hindu, non-Hindu, or whoever it is. Prabhupada was able to convey this because he is a devotee of Krishna. And if somebody is not a devotee of Krishna, this confidential aspect of Krishna, what is conveying, is kept a secret for him. Just like an ATM machine on the street, even though you know it, you just don't know the 4-digit pin. That secret is kept away from you. You will not get it. So that Krishna is telling. And why is Krishna saying this? No matter what you do in this world, you are bound up by karma. Every action, there is a reaction. Krishna is saying, I will take care of all those reactions. I will make sure all that is gone. Moment you come to me. This is what Krishna is. And moksha yeshami means I will liberate you. I will take you out from that dal. And I'll just take you and you'll come to me. You'll come to me. This is my assurance. And this supersedes every other previous promise. So Krishna is ready to break his own promise to maintain this promise. Because Krishna made one promise while starting to fight the Mahabharata. He said, I will not fight. I will only do the chariot business, riding the chariot. He made a promise. Krishna's promise is not small, right? He's God. But when Bhishma came to attack Arjun, leave that promise. My main promise is to protect my devotee. So I'll break other promises also, no problem. For Krishna, this promise is so important. Why? Because Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. So no matter whoever, all of us, we surrender to Krishna, Krishna is ready to break all the norms, social norms, any norm, just to protect the devotee. It's very powerful. Just imagine the greatest personality in this world is trying to protect you. In fact, there is a beautiful verse from Padma Puran. Rake Krishna mare Krishna rake ke. Meaning, if Krishna decides to kill somebody, nobody can protect him. But if Krishna wants to protect somebody, nobody can kill. In fact, Ravanasura is a great devotee of Shiva. So he was about to die. He knows, Ramachandra is going to kill him. So he immediately prays to Shiva. So he prays to Shiva, please protect me. Then Shiva says, oh, sorry, you took with the wrong person. When Krishna himself decided to kill you, even I can't do anything. Sorry. Hands off. I cannot. I'm backing off. So like that. So this is the most important principle by which all the devotees around the world are surrendering to Krishna or trying to learn to surrender to Krishna. And it's not finished. Krishna didn't finish. The next. I'll take your question a little later. You park it. Don't forget. Okay. Now Krishna is saying this, you see. This most confidential knowledge I gave you. Now what to do with this knowledge? Share this knowledge. To whom? No, only to other devotees. There is a big difference. See, this confidential knowledge may not be explained to those who are not austere, they are not devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. To them, no need to share. Because they will not appreciate. They will not understand. But, a pure devotee of Krishna, even though Krishna is telling not to share like this, but they go at the extra mile. Even to such demons, they want to preach this message. Otherwise, you see, imagine Prabhupada sitting in Tompkins Square Park and giving this message to all the people who are not austere, everything, all the bad things in the world that you can think they were doing, to such people, the lowest of mankind, he was actually giving. Of course, we cannot try to do that. At least we can try to share with people who are pious and willing to learn. But yes, a pure devotee, an Uttamadhikari is called an Uttamadhikari, but they can do that. Now, this is the inner desire of Krishna. So what is the inner desire of Krishna? He's telling, for one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come back to me. And this is one selfish agenda we all devotees have for doing all these classes and sharing with everybody. Why? Because Krishna is assuring here, if you explain these devotional secrets to other devotees, what is guaranteed to you? Exactly. And you will also get bhakti. You will get bhakti and you are guaranteed to go back to Krishna. So with this one selfish agenda, we all devotees become motivated to preach this message of Krishna consciousness. In fact, this is a good one. Swartha gatim hi Vishnu. You can be selfish for one reason, for Vishnu. To get Vishnu, you can be. That is allowed. And what will please Krishna? That also is very confidential. The whole thing is a confidential truth. He is telling about himself. Think about it. Today, Amazon owner or Reliance Ambani, he tells his secrets. How much valuable it is, like that, right? So like that, Krishna is telling his secrets. Now his most important thing, what will please Krishna? People have this doubt all the time. How do I know if Krishna is happy? Krishna is directly telling. Krishna is directly telling what will make him happy. So he's telling, there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Who is that servant? Who is spreading this message of Krishna, the confidential message of Krishna to other devotees and sharing. So that person, that servant of mine is very, very dear to me. And there will be no more, one more person will not be there. And what is the final declaration? And I declare that those who study this sacred conversation, they worship me with their intelligence. This is Krishna's declaration. How do you worship the Supreme Lord? By deeply diving deep into the topic of Bhagavad Gita and understand exactly how the whole conversation, what is going on, and try to explain to others, because that's the best way to learn. By explaining to others is actually the best way to learn. And that way, you're worshipping the Supreme Lord with your intelligence. And of course, from here, the conversation concludes here. And then you'll see Sanjaya is super excited. Sanjaya's state of consciousness is surcharged with joy, happiness. He can't control his bodily symptoms are like completely, and he reveals and he says thanks to his guru, Vyasadeva, who actually gave him the benefit of seeing from a remote distance, sitting in Hastinapur. He also got the benefit of seeing Virat Rupa. Krishna's Virat Rupa he saw. And see, who listens with faith, without envy, becomes free from sinful reaction and attains the planets where the pious dwell. O conqueror of wealth, Arjuna, have you heard this attentively with your mind? And all your illusions and ignorance now dispelled? Krishna is asking like a concerned teacher. Obviously, he's paying attention. So, that means he's also ready to give clarification if he does not, he has not understood anything. Again, he's going to explain more if it is needed. But of course, Arjuna being the best student, there was no need. See, now what is Arjuna? Arjuna told, he said, yes, my Lord, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy, and I am now firm and free from doubt, and I am prepared to act according to your instructions. What did Krishna say before? Yata ichchasi tata kuru. Do whatever you want, right? Now, see a good student, what he does. 73, right? Karishye vachanam tava. See the last line. Can you see on the right side? Karishye vachanam tava. This one. Because Krishna asked the question, do whatever you want. Yata ichchasi tata kuru. The reply to that is, the best student is saying, Karishye vachanam tava. Whatever Krishna you are instructing, I will do that. That is the way you have to also learn the Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Krishna, you told me surrender fully. I am ready to surrender. Now let's go back and see Sanjaya's statements. Now Sanjaya said, thus I have heard the conversation of the two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. Even my hair is standing on end. By the mercy of Vyasa, I've heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. So now somebody might think, oh, now Krishna is not with us. It's not true. Krishna's words are non-different from Krishna. So Krishna is present equally with us too. So now he's saying, by the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of the mystics, you see. I repeatedly recall this wondrous and the holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment, simply by recalling their conversation. So that's the activity of a devotee. He should just go on remembering the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. And that's how human life becomes successful. And of course, Sanjaya gives a conclusion. It's a beautiful sloka. He makes a conclusion. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanuddara, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. This is the reply to the first question of Bhagavad Gita. What was the first question? No, what did they do?
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsava Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. That was his question. So Sanjaya understood the mind of Dhritarashtra. He wants to know who will win. That's why he's worried about. So Sanjaya is he's putting a seal on it, on the conclusion. The conclusion is, does not matter who it is. If Krishna and Arjuna are present together, there is going to be victory, and Sri and Vijaya, means Lakshmi also will come. Goddess of fortune only will be there. Victory will be theirs. So don't have any illusion. Your son is not going to win. That's what he's telling. So I'll stop here. They both have some questions. Yes. Your question first. Forgot? Oh, I thought you lifted your hand. You had a question? Oh, you forgot your question? Okay. All right. Any other question? Anybody has? Anju Didi has a question. Oh, okay, wait. Krish can go ahead.
So why did Krishna bring everybody into the world? Why did he should have only brought the devotees in the world if he wasn't gonna give them spiritual stuff? And if he didn't want.
Okay, so the question is, then why did in the first place Krishna allow all the souls to come into this world? Why not just give only the devotees the chance? Is that the question? Yeah. So those who come here, like we said, by design, this world is, pain is inflicted. So pain is inflicted for all the people who come here by design. By design. And what is the design? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. How the pain is, twisted and given to us. We are maybe cutting every birthday thinking, oh, my happy birthday, happy birthday. You might be thinking and cutting a cake like that, but because you forgot. Imagine somebody puts you in a polythene bag and tie you up and put you inside one small cupboard. How will you be? Squished, hurt, and you cannot even describe the agony and suffering and whatever you are. Like that, 9 months somebody keeps you. Not 1 month or 2 months. Just for you to survive, they'll put one tube somewhere and put some food from there. So you eat there and you poop there only. Imagine. Good condition. But that is our condition, 9 months inside the mother's womb, all of us. We are eating there only, we are pooping there only. It's not nice. It's a horrible condition. You can't even move your hand and leg. Mummy will be feeling very nice. Oh, my beta kicked right now. Might be thinking like that. But inside, the child is actually suffering. He wants to stretch. He cannot stretch. It's a suffering. It's a suffering. Moment he comes, he's praying inside. Because of poop, everything is there. Small microbes, small insects also are born there only. They're like siblings. And those insects are biting the babies. And imagine you have nice skin right now. Imagine the skin is peeled. Sometimes it happens, right? You fall and skin is peeled. And somebody touches on that peeled skin. What happens? A lot more. Imagine somebody puts salt on that. A lot, but that's what the mom is doing. The whole body, the entire skin is peeled because the 7 layers of skin are not developed. And the mom is eating some pungent food, some salty food, and that acids go inside and they rub the skin of the baby. Imagine the suffering. And from the poop, the small tiny worms are born and they sting the open skin. The open skin. It is not an ordinary pain. The pain is exuberating. It's very, very painful. We are celebrating that birthday because we are ignorant. We forgot. How painful it is, we forgot. But doesn't matter. Every year, all of us, the whole world, we are celebrating. Wow, great achievement. But Krishna, by design, every one of us are actually suffering by means of birth. Then you become old. Then you get disease. Nobody can. Number of doctors are increased every year. Number of hospitals are increased every year. Number of medicines are increased every year. But guess what? Number of diseases are also increasing every year. You can't keep pace. You might think, oh, we solved, there is nobody in this world who gets polio. But there is something else. Recently, we all gone through COVID. The whole world. You can't even keep pace with it. How many died just like that? like mosquitoes. One spray, mosquito spray, you put how mosquitoes are dead. Like that, we are dead. You cannot escape. By design, it is done. So, who are the people who come to this world? Those who are not wanting to be with Krishna. You don't want to be with our father. Even though he's a very rich father, even though he's a very loving father, we want to be like God. I want to be the controller. So, you wanted to be like that, you wanted to be like that, I want to be like that. Then how will Krishna decide who should be the God? Then he made a rule. Okay, he made this world with all these rules, and Krishna is independent. He made all the rules, he put all the algorithm, logic, everything in this world. Now you figure out, if you figure out how to become the greatest controller, you be the controller for some time. Then next guy will figure out, then he'll be for some time. So like that, this game we are playing. We are playing God.
Krishna's,
Krishna is very kind. So he gave such a nice facility. Like sometimes you play tantrum, I want a game, I want a game. Mom will maximum go and buy from the mall. That's all she can do, right? But here Krishna is God, is creator. He created a whole universe like how it is there in the spiritual world. Looks very similar, but it's not real. It is similar. It's an imitation. So you can try. So once you keep trying and trying and trying and trying, and then you're frustrated. Arey, I thought I can win this game, but I don't think I can win this game anymore. I had enough of it. Then Krishna is immediately available right there. Even though he's not here in this world, he's also present in this world at the same time by being in our heart. Moment you call for Krishna, immediately he becomes available. And then he's giving all these instructions. Okay, fine. This was just a game. You wanted to play. I made this arrangement. But now you want to come? Come. This is the way to come. This is the love letter, Krishna speaking. I love you, my dear. Please come back. So that is Bhagavad Gita. Song of God. Make sense?
yeah. But you didn't really answer my question. I asked, like, why do you bring the people who are not devotees into this? What if they were devotees?
Nobody is devotee. We were all originally devotees, but we decided not to be devotee. We decided not to be. But the moment you decide I want to be devotee, immediately you'll come to Krishna. Simple. Now it makes sense?
Krishna didn't send us, we decided to come.
We decided to come. And why devotees also come here? No, to help bring us, take us back to Krishna. They know they are devotees, but they come like us, but to help us.
Another point I want to add
Makes
is
sense?
that we actually, even now, we are not interested so much to understand Krishna or anything. It's just that the law, Prabhupada is giving this information to us. He's so kind that even though we don't have that much desire, but by his mercy, we are actually getting this knowledge. Originally, we didn't have, because of his being so merciful, that it increased our interest to understand. Is that correct way to understand?
Yes. Yeah, even though you don't have that desire right now to go back to God, to go back to Krishna, because of the mercy of a devotee of Krishna, he is forcing, he is giving you this information.
Just like a mother knows that it is time to eat. You're saying, I don't want to eat. But mother will say, no, no, it's very nice food. I've made dal chawal. And she'll mix and she'll put it in your mouth. Like that, Prabhupada is given this knowledge so easily accessible to us in a language which we can all understand. And it's like easily khana bana ke dal rahe, muh ke andar dal rahe. He's so kind. He's so when we glorify the pure devotee and understand how merciful he is, that's when we will get this knowledge also more. We will understand.
Correct. Okay, one more question.
You can close.
Roja,
You can
Roja.
share the sharing screen. You can make it go away, and so that the screen will be face will be bigger. And yeah, Roja Mataji ask.
Yeah. So the question is, we are not this body, we are the soul, then how are we suffering in that condition? Good question, right? Because the soul does not have any suffering actually. Soul is never suffering. Then what is making us feel suffering? Your body, but it is happening to body, but you are not the body. It is the false ego, false attachment. Because you are falsely thinking, I am the body, that is why pain is coming. For example, you have a car is in the driveway. Somebody comes and makes a scratch on the car. Then what will happen to you? You get angry. Yeah, but then you find out they did not scratch your car, they scratched the neighbor's car. What happened to you? Then you're fine immediately. In both the cases, nothing happened to you. To some car they scratched. Because you thought it was your car, you got angry. When you found out it is not your car, there is no anger. There's no pain. Right? So the pain and happiness also today we are experiencing only because of false attachment. If somebody gives somebody $1 million, will that make you happy? Somebody else got 1 million. That 1 million came to you now. You'll be happy. It's the same thing. It's the same way.
Some people say money buys happiness, some people don't. So it depends on what you believe.
No. The idea is when they say that money buys happiness, it's not really money is not buying happiness. They are thinking the objects, when you have more and more material things, those material things are giving you happiness. Because money can buy more of those objects, you are thinking money is giving happiness. Money itself doesn't do anything. Money has a power to buy things. Because those things give you happiness, that's the idea. That's why they're thinking money gives happiness. But in reality, if you have the same sofa, same living room, same color for the next 50 years, you'll be bored of it. Right? So you want to change the sofa, you want to change the color of the wall, you want to change the flooring, you want to change everything. Then you want to feel, now it is nice. It was the same thing. So it becomes boring. The same thing becomes boring. It cannot give you happiness. Material things cannot give you happiness. Even if they do, they give only for a short moment, very short time. And that is because you are thinking it is mine. And I am connected to I am the body. As long as you think you are the body, that will either give you happiness or suffering. Anju Didi has a question. Sorry, you have raised your hand. You're on mute, Anju Didi.
Maybe she raised the hand and forgot. Anybody else has any other questions?
Roja Garu, is that a satisfactory answer?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay,
Inka
Prabhuji,
undi question.
I understood. Yeah. అంటే ముందు మనం ఆత్మజ్ఞానం తెలుసుకోవాలి, తర్వాత అంటే ఈ కర్మయోగం కావచ్చు, దెన్ భక్తి యోగం కావచ్చు, స్టెప్ బై వెళ్ళాలి కదా. అంటే ఆత్మజ్ఞానం తెలుసుకుందే మనం ప్రొసీడ్ అవ్వలేము కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఆత్మజ్ఞానం అనేది అంటే అది మనకి ఇంకా రియలైజ్ కాలేదు. వి నో ద థియరిటికల్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంది కానీ ప్రాక్టికల్ గా అనుభూతి చెందలేదు కానీ స్టిల్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ కర్మయోగ భక్తి యోగ చేసేటప్పుడు ఆ రియలైజేషన్ రావచ్చు కదా.
Correct. ఇప్పుడు just like suppose you are watching a movie. A movie lo, when you are watching a movie, they are not telling you anything to do in the movie. Somebody's life is going on and you are seeing. And what are you picking up? Sometimes you identify with the character or the theme or the story or something, and you think, I should do this in my life. Correct? That's how all the movies are. Some movies,
Yes,
that's why
sir.
you relate with you. Some movies you don't relate. Correct? So that is called association. When you associate, keep on associate with devotees, they are, even though they are sometimes telling, sometimes they are only, you are only watching their life. Then something will strike in your life. Oh, maybe I should also do this. They are doing something in their life. I should also practice like this. My life will be happy. They are happy, or something you will feel. I don't know which part of the association that will strike a chord with you. So that is called association. Through association, you will also learn this knowledge. That's the most powerful way of learning, by associating. Sangham, Adhav Shraddha, the little faith, then Tata Sadhu Sangha. With little faith, you associate with devotees. So then devotees are always doing bhajana. Then you also engage in bhajana kriya. That's how you will graduate. You don't have to do anything special. Just also, like a drunkard. You go to a bar, friend is there. You go 6 months, you go. No need of 6 months also. 6 days is enough. Every day if you go, then automatically that guy will become a drunkard also. It's the same way. Everything in this world is like that.
Okay.
But the point is that Krishna says, if we are doing devotional service as per given by a great acharya, and we are following that, then we will, our life will change in such a way that automatically we will be doing karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga. Everything will be included in bhakti yoga.
Yes.
So separately,
you don't have to do separately. You don't have to do separately.
Yeah, in the beginning, we will not be, in the beginning, yes, we will not be, when we are starting Bhakti Yoga, we don't know how to renounce our fruits. It is not possible in the day one. But because of taking to devotional service on the order of your spiritual master, on the order of Srila Prabhupada, then slowly, automatically keep on doing this chanting and following what Prabhupada is telling. Gradually, unknowingly, we will not be attached to the results of our fruit. It will happen. You will want to give charity. You will understand, I have understood this. What is the best charity I can do? You started. I know in the beginning, you just started 2-3 months and you started to preach. Whatever you learned, that is charity. You're already doing. Automatically, unknowingly, you don't have to cross that we say it's a ladder, but it will happen. One thing you will be doing from karma yoga, one thing from jnana yoga, one thing you will start to understand, I'm eating too much, I should reduce that. This is what. And Ekadashi you're following. Today's Ekadashi, most of us are keeping Ekadashi. So what is this? This is tapasya. This is part of tapasya. So this is Ashtanga Yoga, part of Ashtanga Yoga. So Prabhupada's, actually it is the way the instructions are given to us through the Guru Parampara, how it is given. All of these things are incorporated when we are following devotional service.
Prabhupada presented it like a buffet meal. Everything is there. You can just pick little. Automatically, you'll get everything.
And automatically, by the end, we just have to stick to this and do it with faith. Try to see, in the beginning, Prabhupada has given thousands of instructions. We cannot follow each and everything. No problem. Follow whatever you can follow. But because we are following a pure devotee, slowly we are progressing little by little. And it will become that you are able to, have all of these things, everything, it will be there. I know this question has been there for you from the beginning. I know this question comes up in your mind in different ways. It comes because you cannot comprehend without doing all these things. How can I get to Bhakti Yoga? Because it is a ladder system. That doubt is there in you. But believe me, by just following Prabhupada, we will get all of those things in Bhakti Yoga. See, in this sloka also, today only we told one sloka, I don't know the number, but when you are in Brahmabhuta state, whatever you will have, all those qualities are given. Automatically they will come. Automatically you will be in the Brahmana stage. Automatically you will be in the Brahmabhuta state. And there are all the qualities given also. So we don't have to separately endeavor, I want to become a Brahmana. No, you just practice Krishna consciousness, you will come to that stage.
Correct.
It is a stage.
It's mystical. That is why it is very difficult to appreciate unless you actually taste the honey.
Yeah. You are tasting, but you are a little bit confused.
You're doing it, yeah.
You're still thinking there is something else I need to do.
Maybe I should do something more. Maybe I should do some yoga. Maybe I should chant some more. Maybe I should do some other karma yoga more. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm missing something.
That is an excitement.
Then I will get to Bhakti Yoga. You might be thinking.
But she's saying something. Listen to her. Yeah, tell Mother.
Maybe it is an excitement to progress fast in this yoga system.
Yeah, that's a good desire. That's a good desire.
Yeah.
What else should I do? Her point is, what else should I do that I'll progress more?
Yeah.
That's a good desire. That's a
very good desire. You just stick to this process given by Prabhupada.
But don't fight more than what you can chew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be very practical also.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
It will happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how are the classes going on for you? Are you still continuing to do the classes for the kids?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. I am taking classes for some students, government school students, and also some Matajis, some ladies are coming. So I am
very nice.
You can discuss with us. We can improve those classes or see if there is an opportunity.
Sure, Prabhuji, I'll do that. I'll do that.
And today, the 18th chapter, the conclusion is that only Krishna is saying that you share this knowledge with others, and you're already doing so. So don't think that you're not dear to Krishna. You are already dear to Krishna, and you are going back to Godhead. You are going back to Krishna. Actually, the concept of going back to Godhead, Prabhupada has explained that also. If we are in this consciousness, we don't have to physically go. Wherever we are, that is only Vaikuntha.
It's already liberated.
It is already liberated stage because we are not thinking that, so that's a different level. Yeah, we have to come to that level also. That wherever we are practicing Krishna consciousness. Yes, Parul Mataji, aap kuch bolna chahte ho?
Lakshmi auntie is saying something.
బ్రహ్మ అని తర్వాత ఏదో చెప్పావు ఏంటది?
బ్రహ్మభూత స్టేజ్.
బ్రహ్మబుద్ధ
Brahman consciousness.
బ్రహ్మన్
Brahman, and it is beyond the three modes of material nature. Anything in this material world has three modes: Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. And nobody in this entire creation can become beyond the three modes. It is not possible. If you are created, even Brahma, Indra, Chandra, any Devata, anybody, including us, all us, below the lower planetary system, Andaru, everybody has to be in one of the three modes of material nature. That is the design. But Krishna is saying, as long as you are in one of the three modes of material nature, your spiritual life did not begin.
Okay.
Your spiritual life begins when you go beyond the three modes of material nature. And that is what you should use your human life to find out how I can go beyond that.
Okay. Adi Brahma.
Brahma
Yoga.
Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Only
Sochati,
people will say,
Nakamsati.
so many people are saying, you have to be happy. We hear that sentence so many times, right? Everybody is saying, you have to be happy. All motivational speakers will say that only. You have to be happy. But Krishna is saying, no, happiness itself is a concept which is within the three modes of material nature. If you are in Sattva Guna, happiness is one definition. If you are in Rajoguna, happiness is another definition. If you are in Tamoguna, happiness is another definition. So this is not even happiness, according to Krishna. Your illusion, you are in delusion, thinking I am happy. There is no happiness in this world. How can you be happy? So Krishna is defining what is happiness. As an Atma, as a soul, in the human body, only humans know how to go beyond the three modes and become established in Brahma Bhuta stage. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati.
Sama Sarveshu.
Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma.
Okay.
Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. Hi, Babia.
Okay.
Hi, Raju. Nice hearing.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank
My
you, Anna.
video is not coming on, sorry. So it's just not working today. Video is not coming on for some reason.
Okay. No problem.
Mm.
Okay. మధ్యలో ఇంటర్ఫిరెన్స్ మేము
No problem.
No. It's good. It's good to see Uncle. Yeah.
So both happiness, we are talking about this, both happiness and both suffering are illusion. It's like dream. In the dream, some tiger is eating you up. So how do you remove the pain?
Just wake
How do you
up.
remove the pain? In the dream, one tiger is eating you up and you are really, really terrified. What you should do to wake up, to solve the pain? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Finished. Tiger is gone. No more pain. Correct? So right now, we are all thinking, I have so much problem. My body is giving problem. My leg is a problem. Because I'm thinking constantly, I am this body. But I am not the body. When Bhishma understood he was not the body, he was sleeping on bed of arrow. And he was blissful. And not 1 day, 2 days. He slept there for 1 month. He was waiting until Ekadashi to come. Until then, he was blissfully chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. He was the first one to give that, Vishnu Sahasranam. Today we all are chanting. So because of the great personality like Bhishma Dev, he showed, even on the deathbed, if your consciousness is elevated, that pain will not bother you. Like, for example, I told you the previous example. Suppose you see one small image on your computer screen and you see very closely, and in that some scary animal, something is there in that screen. It's very scary. All what you have to do, take that screen little far away, and even far away, and even far away. Then what happens? That image becomes small and small and small and small. Correct? The image is same. But what happened to you? You went very far from that ghostly picture, whatever. So like that, right now we are seeing all the problems in close up. Through magnifying glass, we are close up, we are seeing all the picture. Now, if you elevate your consciousness very high and you go to 30th floor, you go to Lansam building, like, Lansam in Vizag, we have Lansam building, go to Lansam building and see everything. All the cars, everything becomes so small, right? Even the houses become small, everything. So even your problems also become so small. So all you have to do is elevate your consciousness. Moment you elevate your consciousness, there is no problem. Because we are not this body. We are thinking we are this body. And all the extensions of the body also we are thinking. That is mind. So first of all, we are only not the body. So the extensions of the body also, nothing matter to me. Like that. And how do you do that? By constantly being in touch with the holy name of Krishna. That is a gift of Krishna for Kali Yuga. Kaler dosha nidhe rajan astihi eko mahad gunan. In Kali Yuga, everything is fault. Kaler dosha nidhe rajan. Nidhi means a treasure house. Of what? Of faults. Kaler dosha nidhi. Astihi ekad mahad gunan. But in spite of all that, there is one great quality of Kali Yuga. What is that? Kirtanadeva Krishnasya nama. Only one thing, Krishna's name, if you can chant, that's the gift. That's the best gift of Kali Yuga. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya nama. Mukta Sangha Param Vrajet. Krishna can deliver you from all types of suffering and immediately grant you the highest benefit of liberation, Mukti, and he'll take us back to Krishna. That is a gift. So we urge you also, everybody, take Krishna's name, chant Krishna's name faithfully with a lot of love. With a lot of love, you chant Krishna's name. And understand, very difficult when you are having pain, body is troubling. It might be difficult, but take the effort. Krishna says, I am in everybody's heart. I understand in what way you are calling me. Bhava Grahi Janardana. So he will make the situation easy for you so that you can call his names. So you might be surprised, I am such Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gayate Girim. Even if you are a lame man, and if you want to see Krishna, Krishna can make you cross a mountain. Even if you are blind, Krishna can make you see Krishna. Even if you are dumb, Krishna can make poetry come out of your mouth. So don't think how Krishna will make the situation for you. Only have one desire, I want to be with Krishna. That's all. You see the rest of the magic. You make your best effort how to chant Krishna's name, then Krishna will help you from the heart. He says, actually in the 18th chapter, Sarva Durgani, everything. Durgani means all the obstacles. I will remove all obstacles for you. Mat prasadat tarishyasi. Mat prasada, I will give you my mercy, tarishyasi, by which you will cross. Like that.
So,
ప్రభుజీ సోల్ ని సచ్చితానంద రూపాన్ని కూడా అంటారు కదా, ఆత్మని. సో సత్ అంటే అబ్సల్యూట్ ట్రూత్ అని అర్థం. చిత్ అంటే ఏమిటి మీనింగ్? అంటే మైండ్ అన్నా, కాన్షియస్నెస్?
ఆనంద అంటే సత్ అంటే ఇటర్నల్.
ఓకే.
అంటే ఎప్పుడు మరణం లేనిది, చావు లేనిది,
ఎప్పుడు ఉన్నది. అవును,
ఎప్పుడు శాశ్వతముగా ఉంటుంది. అది సత్. చిత్ అంటే కంప్లీట్ నాలెడ్జ్.
ఓకే.
వేరే నాలెడ్జ్ కోసము ప్రాకులాడక్కర్లేదు. జస్ట్ లైక్ లైట్ బల్బ్ ఆల్రెడీ హ్యాస్ లైట్. లైట్ బల్బ్ డస్ నాట్ లుక్ ఫర్ లైట్. ఆల్రెడీ లైట్ హ్యాస్ లైట్. Only thing is we are small light bulb. Krishna is like the sun. That's the difference. So Chit. Ananda. Ananda means ever blissful.
ఎప్పుడు హ్యాపీగా ఉండేది అదే ప్యూర్ గా
Satchidananda. Satchidananda. This is the quality of the soul. But our experience is opposite. Because we are thinking your body.
అదే
Because we are actually identifying with the body. It's like a glove. So the soul has all the same senses actually. So same senses are there in the soul, and this body is given to cover, just like the glove example is there. No, glove has the same 5 fingers, right? When you put it inside, it will take the shape of the hand. Like that, the soul also has all of these senses along inside the soul. That is why we are getting this body, and we are experiencing everything through this, actually, this body. So we have to understand we are not the body. We have to come to that level. And how we will come? When we keep on doing devotional service, chanting Krishna's name, because that is the only thing that can cleanse this thing, because it is because we don't have knowledge. So when we keep
all
chanting
sacrifices,
knowledge,
Krishna says, I am Japa Yagya.
Yeah. So with that, with the knowledge, then when we keep chanting, Krishna will reveal that knowledge through in our heart. And it will, those things which are not possible for us to understand, those also we are going to understand because we are chanting Krishna's name. How are we able to do? We are simple people. 20 years back, 30 years back, we are normal Indian people, me and my husband. But we took to this Krishna consciousness and we are following it. We are not following correctly also. Improperly following also, little by little, we are able to understand. It's not realized completely, but little bit attraction is there. Because of constantly being in association of Krishna's name. Because why? Because we are surrendering to Prabhupada. Because accepting Prabhupada as our spiritual master, holding his hand, holding his feet actually. We have to hold Prabhupada's feet, that please give us the mercy. Like that. When we have that attitude,
Parul Mataji had a question, I think.
Yes, Parul Mataji. Today we have a long class, but I think this is the conclusion, so it's good to clear doubts. No, I don't think she has a question. Mataji, want to ask anything, Parul Mataji? I think with this we should stop the class.
Okay.
We have
हरे
a
कृष्णा
nice.
माताजी।
हाँ बोलिए माताजी।
माताजी मैं तो ये कह रही थी कि अगर हम ये सोच लें कि भगवान हमारे हैं और हम भगवान के हैं, तो फिर इतनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी।
करेक्ट।
है ना? और ये तो हम लोग इसमें पढ़ते हैं शिक्षा अष्टकम में, आशीर्वच्य व पादरताम पिनस्तु, है ना, माम दर्शनाम महर्ताम करो, तो मतलब भगवान हमें जैसे भी रखे हैं हम उसमें खुश हैं, क्योंकि वो हमारे भगवान हैं।
करेक्ट। चाहे वो हमें आलिंगन करें या चाहे हमें धुतकार दें, जो भी करें,
चाहे मैं दर्शन दे चाहे ना दें, मैं खुश हूँ क्योंकि वो मेरे भगवान है।
हाँ, करेक्ट। हर सिचुएशन में सरेंडर करना भगवान को। कभी कभी ऐसे होता है कि कोई चीज
प्रोसेस ऑफ शरणागत,
दैट इज द हाईएस्ट।
जब ये बात चैतन्य महाप्रभु खुद कह रहे हैं तब तो हमें माननी चाहिए।
करेक्ट, करेक्ट।
What happens? Everybody is going through a journey, so people can pick up only little parts of whatever we are listening and learning. So you are very fortunate. You have been chanting very nicely also. So you understood the tattva very easily. But some people might take longer time to understand, come to the same conclusion as you, what you have come to. That's very difficult. It's a long concept. But everybody has some understanding because we don't know everybody's journey. Some people can understand just like that. When you say about Sharanagati, some people will take longer time. But some people might think some other way you have to do first and then you have to come to Krishna.
Yeah.
So it can be different.
Only take place by chanting, Prabhuji.
Yes. Chanting is the easiest, surest, and very, very, very accelerated program it is. Immediately, it cleanses the mind and all misconceptions. You can talk 10 hours about soul, but you cannot understand. But if you just chant 1 hour of Hare Krishna, immediately there is something that you can understand. You are the soul. Otherwise, you cannot understand.
And also do some prayers. Like
Seva bhav. You should render service to devotees and chant Hare Krishna. That's the best way to actually experience the taste. Vibhare Rama Rasam. Great devotees, they're singing. Let's drink the holy name. Let's drink the holy name. That relishing that holy name will come with seva bhav. You have to render seva.
कम कर रहे हैं प्रभु जी, बहुत अच्छा लगता है.
हाँ, चौराष्टकम. Yeah. Yes.
That is because you are situating yourself in Sattva Guna. Any song, any bhajan, you will relish it.
Yeah, with understanding it will come.
Beauty. Immediately you can tell what's your consciousness.
Yeah.
If you are in other consciousness, in passion or ignorance, then it will not give you that happiness.
प्रभु जी, मैं श्रीनाथ जी के भी दर्शन करके आई, बहुत सुंदर दर्शन मिले. मंगल आरती भी मिली.
Very nice. Very nice.
विठल जी के भी दर्शन मिले माता जी, आपने कहा था ना.
हाँ, very nice.
सरकार के दर्शन.
Excellent. मैंने तो बहुत साल पहले देखा है, बहुत साल पहले गए हम लोग. I think in the year 2000 गए थे हम लोग.
बहुत
very nice.
Very nice.
अब मेरा नेक्स्ट टारगेट है तिरुपति जी जाना.
हाँ, very nice. Excellent. हरे कृष्णा. So we will stop here. 3 बार हम chant करेंगे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे.
हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की
जय.
भगवद गीता पाठ की
जय.
प्रभुपाद की
जय.
सारे भक्त वृंद की
जय. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय. असेंबल सारे भक्तों की जय. हरे कृष्णा. कल हम लोग मिलेंगे